There was another meeting going on.
Okay.
One meeting going on.
All right. County services at 6 o'clock. We have 10 action items. Number one, amending resolution authorizing lease agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and the town of Jewett. I can open that. Anybody second it? And Bloomer Handle, and all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Action item number 2, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services and Delaware Opportunities.
Overbought.
And
You can have it and I'll second it.
there's going to be an arm wrestling contest here, but I think it's going to be Handle and Overbaugh. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All carried. Number 3, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Hearthstone Care LLC for companion care.
Overbought.
Overbaugh and Bloomer. Any all in favor?
Well, can I ask,
Any opposed?
can I ask some questions about that?
We certainly can.
Both of the Hearthstone Care contracts, can they refuse the service? They can refuse the service.
Yes.
Now, I know that they give an offset of $2 an hour for going to places on the mountaintop and up there. I know from personal experience when the county had the nurses on staff and they used to go around the county and provide the services. That was wonderful. I got to tell you, there was nothing better than that. The problem is now that these people you contract with are not servicing everybody, so that they don't have to go there. I don't know if somehow in the contract it could be negotiated that they have to respond to all the needs of everybody in the county. Maybe you have to make it more than $2 an hour, but I'm sure it doesn't only happen on the mountaintop and the out places up there. But when the county got rid of that nurses that were on staff here, that really was not a service to the constituents. Hiring somebody in outside service that has a right of refusal does not help your constituents. I think this should be addressed somehow, but I just want to bring that up.
Well, I appreciate that. Darrell and I did have a conversation earlier today on this, and it's not just a Greene County issue, as everyone in the room knows, I'm sure. It's national. Yeah, it is a problem, and we're going to have to do something about that. But in the meantime, from what I understand, Hearthstone has about 60% of that work. If we didn't work with them, we wouldn't be able to service anybody. Not that I'm sticking up for them. That's just.
No, I understand. I just think that a lot of people don't realize what goes on out there. I mean, when my mother was sick and my father was taking care of her, that was a lot of stress on him. And to have the nurses come in and help out and just give him a few minutes relief was phenomenal. And I know people up there now that are going through the same thing that he went through, and they're not getting it.
Yeah, I think they weren't nurses. I think they were health aides.
Well, health, yes, I know.
Now we have Ken Brooks here, who is a font of information.
The Hearthstone contract only covers L1, level 1 care. Their employees, their aides, only do things such as cleaning the house, making the beds, taking out the garbage, and doing shopping. That would have nothing to do with what our nurses used to do in the shop.
No, I know, but even simple chores like that, where somebody can get out of the house for, say, a half hour, mentally, physically, it helps them out so much, it's unbelievable.
Right.
I'm not talking about just bathing somebody or anything else, which I gotta tell you, when they helped out, it was phenomenal. But if you've never experienced it, you'll never know what it's like. And I can't tell you how much that really helps out.
I mean, we had unmet need money that Terry was looking into hiring an aide just on our staff to be able to fulfill the need of people that we couldn't get through subcontractors. Unfortunately, ISIP and NYSOFA require that if we hire an aide, a level 2 care aide, we have to have a nursing supervisor sign off on their work. And we don't have that. We don't have that capability. We don't have, the only two people that I think that are qualified in our office to be able to do that, I believe, are Danielle, Kane Wade, and Terry. We don't have something, I mean, we have to have, Tyra can confirm this, we have to have a nursing supervisor oversee the work of the aide if we hired one, and unfortunately, we don't have the money for that. So that's why we depend on the subcontractors that we have now. I mean, right now, Artstone does go all over Greene County.
If they refuse the constituent service, will you be advised by that?
Yes.
You'll be
Yes,
advised
our
that they
case managers are notified.
that they refused?
Yes, I mean, if an aide
Do
goes.
you ask them why they refused?
Yes, and I got an email from, I actually reached out to Vitale to ask him if why are the reasons why? And he said, one of the reasons, if an aide goes into a home and the client smokes and the aide doesn't want to be a part of that, they can refuse. He also said that they can do it because of safety, liability, and any other employment concerns. But we do have a line in our contract that states that the subcontractor can refuse to do service.
But do we have a backup to that? So if they refuse a certain patient,
Right,
do we have a backup where we can put somebody else in there?
no, unfortunately,
We don't. Maybe we should start looking to do that.
But we've been trying to recruit visiting nurses. We have 0 clients with them right now. Because with the COVID epidemic, they mandated that every aide be vaccinated.
Right.
And they lost 60% of their aides because they refused to be
I know
vaccinated. So I mean, we have home helpers of Hudson Valley, but they only have like 8 aides that they give us, and right now they're maxed out. Unlimited Care Services, one of our clients, and Marquis, who's on the list of resolutions, right now they don't have any aide. I think they had 1 aide, and it was a man, and our clients refused to accept them because he's male. I mean, could the clients have the option to refuse as well?
I say,
So, it's.
do we have many clients that are refused? You know,
No, we have a couple of clients that have had issues with our aides, and I mean, we've had clients that have accused aides of stealing. So of course, when they go back and report that, the other aides find out about it, they don't want to go. We have a couple of clients that are prefer aides of the white color other than any other color, and they've refused. So I mean, and the clients will call us and tell us, and are very verbal about it, that they don't want a black aide. So, and they go back and the other aides are like, well, if they don't want you, we don't want to go to them. It's unfortunate, but that's, the situation.
Thanks.
I mean, we have like 20 people on a waiting list right now that want services but can't get them.
So I think though, in the last few contracts we've had with them, we've gone up just about every year, contract renewal
In the compensation?
in the competition to try to attract and get more.
The rates have gone up.
The rates have
for
gone
years,
up
yes.
and it doesn't seem to be solving the problem in some way.
As Ed said, it's an industry problem.
Right.
It's not germane to Greene County.
And it's unfortunate that 90% of aides are women. And a lot of women have given up their jobs because of daycare problems. So and it's hard to fill the positions. That's one of the things that the subcontractors are telling us, that they've left because their daycare situation, they quit their jobs to stay home and take care of their kids.
One of the problems is that they're paid only while they're with the client, not travel time, not in between. That pay system probably works for the client or for the aide in urban areas. They'll go in one of these high-rise apartment buildings and they'll never leave that building all day long. Whereas here, you're gonna drive to the next town and it doesn't pay.
All they get is mileage and the whatever they're designated by the IRS, the 56 cents a mile or whatever.
Yeah.
So like Ed says, if you're going on the mountaintop and you see 3 clients all day for an hour or two a day, or you come down to Catskill where you can bang out 8 or 9.
Mhm.
I mean, where's the incentive to go help the people up there?
Exactly. You can't blame them for that. They have to make a living.
No, I think that something's not right. How do you fix it?
Okay. Okay, did we get a first and a second for that?
Yes.
We, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Lost in the weeds. Hold on. All right, number 5, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department.
Four.
There's two.
Okay, all right.
There's two arguments.
All right. Totally lost here. Number 4, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services and Hearthstone Care LLC for social adult day programs.
Overbought.
Handle Overbought. All in favor?
I'll just
Aye.
reiterate the same conversation we had for the previous one.
Now with the social adult daycare, they want to come down to the daycare center.
Oh, some people I know do come down.
They
They
can do
do.
that. I mean, yeah, I mean,
They do. I do
spend the
know
day down
people
there.
that do it.
they have
either-
people that'll take care of them there.
That I do know.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's carried. Now, number 5, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging and Marquee Home Care. Handle.
Overbought.
Overbought. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that's carried. Number 6, authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging and Senior Projects of Ravenna. I'll open that. And Handle seconds, Bloomer and Handle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Number 7, awarding food and supply bids, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging.
Overbought.
Bloomer.
Overbought.
Overbought, Bloomer? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So it's carried. Reappointing member, Board of Electrical Examiners. I'll move that.
Second.
Who seconded?
Like,
Darrell Legg seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's carried. Excuse me. Authorizing obtaining and furnishing of election-related services and materials. Handle, Bloomer, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Authorizing, how am I doing, John? Good. All right. Authorizing to facilitate 2022 annual village elections.
true.
True.
True. She tried the last 3 resolutions.
Sorry?
She's tried the last 3 resolutions. You didn't hear her.
We need to get you a megaphone.
Something. I can yell. Trust me.
Okay.
True.
True. Who wants to second that?
Overbought.
Overbought. I apologize. I did not hear you.
That's okay. I'll send up the letter.
Well, I'm deaf.
I know.
All right.
Add that to the minutes, will you?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's carried. Do we have any other business for county services this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion is, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
I need a second and then.
Second.
I'll second it. Linda Overbaugh seconds it.
Thanks, Ken.
Pick on me. I'm an old man. Yeah. Pick on me.
Thanks, Ken.
I'm so lost here. Public Works.
Ready to go? In the absence of legislator Thornton, I will conduct tonight's Public Works Committee. And I hope the hell I don't lose it.
Try to keep you on track.
Oh, I didn't mention that you will have a report, but would you give us a report?
Sure. I'll give you a report. I'll try to go quick. First, happy Valentine's Day. Glad everyone's here. County Route 22 Bridge and 83 are on schedule to go spring of 22, so that's good. 40 and 61, they're in design phase right now. Unfortunately, Timberlake and Bloomer Road Bridge, one in Timberlake and the town of Lexington, and Bloomer Road in the town of Hunter, have been delayed due to right-of-way clearance issues. We're working with our right-of-way consultant. Unfortunately, there's 2 or 3 properties that are difficult to work out, but we should be moving forward with that. If we get that worked out in 2023, looks like the schedule for those. 17, their Evergreen will be remobilizing this coming spring. Kennery 2 in Lexington, that culvert should be put out to bid shortly. We're finalizing the design and working with the property owners for temporary detours. Platte Clove Road Bridge over the Platte Clove Creek in the town of Hunter. We put out a solicit for a draft study to find out what we can do with that structure. The report came back. We're going over several alternatives. The issue with that structure is there is one resident on the other side of the bridge that's on the Platte Clove going into seasonal road. It gets closed in the wintertime. And the detour is, I think, 30 miles. So it's becoming difficult to try to work out the issues. We're working with emergency personnel services, with Sorbity's fire department, to see if they can service that house during construction. Working with the engineers, it doesn't look like we can do stage construction for that. It's too narrow of a structure. But we're working on several different studies to try to figure out what we can do with the bridge to keep the aesthetics as close to what it is. It's a stone arch. It's a beautiful structure, so we're going to try to keep it as authentic as possible. In the engineering division, they're investigating and addressing drainage complaints. We're also working on planning and permitting for upcoming projects. We're also developing 2022 paving program. That should be put out for bid at the end of this month.
Scott, on that, are you estimating a good amount of miles being available with the funds from CHIPS and?
Yes, we're going to be around 20 miles.
Okay.
Which is about at our limit of what we can prep. So we can only prep so many miles of road and get it ready for them to. We're always trying to prep more, but it's just we're always behind the 8 ball.
Have any projects come up on the hopper?
We are actually putting out for RFP for Kennery 1 culvert there. We want to redo that culvert before we pave Kennery 1. So we're actually going to be doing the design this year, hopefully construction next year, and then paving it immediately after. Because 3 was completed last year.
Yes.
And we're also working with Delaware County Soil and Water to work on the initial culvert, right, going on 3 going into Hawkett. So that's a little more complicated. So we're going to try and Kennery 1 culvert first, get that one completed, pave the road, and then work on the entrance to Hawkett. Assistance to municipalities. We're continually working with the different towns and villages on tree removal. We work with the town of Athens, the village of Athens, town of New Baltimore, village of Catskill. And currently this week we have our tree crew with the town of Coxsackie. So they're staying busy in between storms. Just a side note, this last storm, I'm not sure how many phone calls you received, but it was probably the worst of many different variables for a storm. We had snow, ice, freezing rain, warm temperatures rose, then dropped suddenly. Everything that melted off on the side of the road and turned into ice shelves. It was a struggle for us to clear the roads. It took quite a while, and still we're trying to clean up for it. We're working on developing equipment and vehicle list purchasing. I received some not so pleasant news from some of the fabricators. It looks like anything that we order in the next several months, the build dates wouldn't be until the mid-first quarter of 2023 before they can even put it on a schedule to get built. So that would push snow and ice control equipment to June, so 2023. So it doesn't look good, and I'm not sure if that log jam is ever gonna end. Solid waste side, you'll see a bunch of resolutions for the solid waste, for equipment and roll-off containers. Majority of that is for the Coxsackie transfer station that's being built. On that note, the Coxsackie transfer station construction, the contracts are being finalized, and that should be starting up as soon as the weather looks decent. The Capsule transfer station recycling facility, our single stream facility, we're finalizing the design, working on some of the electrical issues that we have right now, but that should be going out to bid shortly. We're continuing with the single stream recycling in the rear of the Capsule transfer station. Compost operations, that's actually one of good news. We're going to be receiving the machine early, so we should be up and running mid to late April, which is good. Paul's been working with Heather Backshaw from the tourism department on brochures, so hopefully we can put out brochures to everyone just to give everybody an idea of what we're going to accept. Paint collection program, that's another program that we're working with Paint Care. It's a drop off for all your paint related items. We generally do a HHW, Household Hazardous Waste Day. We're still going to continue to do that, but with this program, it will alleviate all the Paint Care products that we generally get from Hazardous Waste Day. That's a tremendous savings. You'd probably save around $20,000. And they will take these products for free at all of our transfer stations. So we'll hopefully starting that up in May, early May. So I think that's going to be a huge advantage for our residents. Transportation and disposal RFPs have been sent out. That process has started. We're looking for a 4-year contract with 2 one-year extensions. Hopefully that gets us set up for the future. Any questions?
Yeah, question. The County Route 24 Mobile Road Bridge.
Yes,
Hasn't that been saying spring of 2022 and now?
it's,
Notice you skipped over that one.
we're trying to figure out in the budget how we're trying to finalize 2 and 17 costs. Once we get those costs, we can pick the design alternative. At this point, we're in the design phase and we have an estimate of how much it's going to cost, and we're trying to figure out if it's going to be feasible to work it in this year.
So we're no longer scheduled for spring of 2022?
No.
I'll call your office tomorrow.
There's actually 2 on 20. There's 2 structures on 20 that need to be replaced. So
And neither one are going to?
they are eventually, yes. It's either 2023 or there is a possibility it still happen this year. It depends on how much 2 is.
Okay. Thank you.
Any more, pardon me, have you given any more thought to separating the 2 days that Hunter Transfer Station is closed? And have you given any more thought to getting it back to 6 days a week open?
I have, we did the numbers and it looks like I can't force our employees to work overtime. The additional overtime would be around $50,000-$60,000. But that's taken into account that everybody's going to want to work up there. Because it would be overtime. If I hire 3 additional people, that's about what, $300,000 a year. So that's.
But how was it open previous years, 6 days a week? It's always been open 6 days a week.
We didn't have Hunter Transfer Station with 3 people working, and we're not going to have Coxsackie with 3 people working. That's how that. Catskill with the single stream that we're working with. That's where those additional,
The budget is set, it's not, I mean, 22 budget has been adopted.
No, I know, but I'm talking about even for 2023. I mean,
We'd have to address it in the budget cycle to add either bodies or overtime.
yeah, I know, but if you don't start planning for it now, and when you get time to the budget cycle, you'll say, well, I don't have enough time to figure it out. You know what I mean?
I think it's easy to figure it out, it's just how much it's gonna cost.
Right, but I mean, it seems like we're,
it would
there's
be
more need.
three full-time employees.
Right.
That's fully burden rate for employees would be.
But that extra day alleviates a lot of refuse coming in I mean, your numbers are going up, they're not going down. So there's more coming in every day, and I don't see any time in the future that's gonna actually stop. So, I mean, you gotta kind of plan on doing it now, because isn't it easier to handle 300,000 tons of garbage over 6 days a week than 5?
Not necessarily.
No? Short trucks, so now you're gonna
So
run.
how are you gonna?
Well, my point is, if you're running those trucks in and out 5 times a day, and you don't have enough to keep the place clean, if you only gotta do 4 a day, 6 days a week, as opposed to 5 days a week, you're getting ahead.
We're having a difficult time hiring people now with the staff
It's
levels.
not gonna be like that forever, because all the free money that the government's giving away is drying up.
I definitely understand that.
So, I mean, we really gotta get ahead of this. This garbage in Greene County it's a big problem.
What we do, I mean, we're doing roughly 8,000 tons out of Hunter. We're doing 78,000 tons out of Catskill.
That's a lot.
It is a tremendous amount. Is it gonna be consistent?
And see, the problem also is like Wyndham's open, I know everything's staggered, but Wyndham is a much smaller transfer station. So when you get contractors during the summertime, when it's closed 2 days during the middle of a work week, and they try and go over there, it's difficult to even get in and out quick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you live it. So, I mean, these are all problems that I hear about. So I'm just passing them on to you.
Who's gonna pass it on to me?
Come to us.
Somebody said,
All right, it's,
I can give you the numbers and how much it's gonna cost. That's,
It is what it is. I mean, it's cost of doing business.
Any other questions for Scott?
Scott.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. All right, we'll continue on with the resolutions. First resolution is authorizing advertising for bids fuel oil.
Handle.
Hobart, Bewley's and Handle. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Number 2, authorize supplemental agreement number 1 necessary for the completion of the design phase for the replacement of Timber Lake Road Bridge over Broad Street Hollow Stream, bin number 3-20124-0, Town of Lexington, bin number 1761.21.
Like,
Lake. Mr. Bewley seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 3, authorize an agreement with Scale Service and Supply Company, Inc. for purchase and installation of new truck scale at Cooksaki Transfer Station. I'd like to make that.
I'll second it.
Hobart seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. See, Cooksaki's getting some.
Patty.
Number 4. Number 4. I do. Somebody get some.
Give a raise.
Number 4, authorize the purchase of 1 new 2022 Bobcat skid steer loader.
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard.
Hobart.
Hobart second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. How long is it going to take to get that? Wow,
mayor.
that's not too bad. Thank you.
Trade it in the day you get it.
6, authorize purchase of 1 new 2022 Hyundai HX130ALCP excavator.
Bueller.
Martinez, Bueller, seconder. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Get to the next one here. Number 6, authorize purchase of one new 2022 wheel loader with general purpose bucket and pallet forks.
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard.
Hobart.
Hobart,
I got a
second.
question, Charlie, for
Sure.
Scott or Paul. When it's worded like this, you really don't know what model wheel loader yet on this here?
No, that's what it is. It's a, it's in the specs, Mike. It's a, that Takuchi. It's the same as what, 100, what for 100, for 100.
Oh, it's a Taku.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the availability of this?
September.
All right.
Should be right around the same time as the building front.
All right.
Same with the excavator, September.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number 7, authorize purchase of 10 new roll-off containers of various sizes.
Bueller.
Bueller, Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, that's carried. Number 8, budget amendment, capital project number 112, Hunter Transfer Station. The lake, Handle second.
Question, Charlie, for, this is just to close these projects out in the books?
Transfer the available funds out. This is how.
Right. This isn't new funds that have to be allocated to there from the original scope, from the change orders that occurred. This is to cover in your budget for what the change orders that
Right.
occurred throughout that construction?
Correct. The money's in reserve and we're moving it.
Okay.
To each respective.
All right, thank you, Sean.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. Last but not least, number 9, budget amendment, capital project 113, Cooksaki Transfer Station. Martinez and Hobart, or Hobart, Martinez, doesn't matter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. Is there anything else coming before Public Works Committee?
Motion to close.
Second.
We are closed, thank you. Did I lose? Did I? Well, wait till you hear finance. Could be here all night. I can't wait to hear that, some of the names of that. I'll leave it up to you to correct it.
I'm not, Rory, your economic development, I'm not loaded.
Oh, you need paper? Oh, you had one.
I'd like to open Economic Development and Tourism Committee at 6:33. We have 3 proposed action items. And Warren doesn't want to say anything again.
Other visitors.
So there'll be another one of those.
Yeah. Gotcha.
No, April doesn't want to say
No?
anything either.
Want to make sure.
Hi.
Yep. I checked with her.
Okay.
On to the proposed action items. Resolution in opposition to farm labor overtime threshold. I'd like to move that.
I'm sorry, who moved the second?
Handle and Bloomer.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Fulich is abstaining. That's passed. Number 2, reappointing members to the Greene County Planning Board. Handle and
Village.
Fulich. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's passed. Authorizing conference attendance for Heather Bagshaw to Dream Destinations Travel Show at MGM Springfield, Mass.
Village.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's it. We have a Greene County Planning Board meeting minutes from December for your enjoyment. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to close.
Second that.
Thank you. Handle and Bloomer.
That's a nice, I like that casino.
Why does my stuff not come up anymore?
MTM, that's nice.
just getting stuck.
Yeah, sure you went there. Hey, Mike, you gotta go around the corner from there, a place called Theodore's.
Yeah.
It's an old opera house. They have all kinds of tree house brewing.
Really?
And they have the best jambalaya around.
Really? I'll have to remember that.
Here.
Tried.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'd like to call government operations to order at 6:36. We have 7 proposed action items. We have Mr. Ray Ward from Greene County Real Property Tax. We also have Jonathan Palmer, Greene County historian here. Okay, number 1, authorizing the donation of the historic map collection to the Greene County Historical Society.
Martinez.
Overblock.
Martinez and Overbaugh. All in favor?
Aye.
Was there any discussion on that? It's passed. Number 2, authorizing and obtaining and furnishing of assessment rolls, related services and materials.
Lavera.
Davis? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Budget amendment, real property tax services, New York State Office of Information Technology Services.
Overblock.
Martinez.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Passed. Number 4, correcting assessment roll, Town of Caro, Amy Demuth, trustee, V. Trogel Trust, tax map ID, number 117.0-1-20.1. Davis,
Overblock.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Number 5, correcting assessment roll, Town of Caro, Michael and Ruth Trzynski, tax map ID number 66.00-6-48.2.
Martinez.
Davis? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Number 6, correcting assessment roll, Town of Durham, Vermont, Gavin, tax map ID number 20.0-1-32.12. Davis,
Overblock.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Number 7, denying the correction of assessment roll, Town of Ashland, Ralph and Madalena Curatolo, tax map ID 59.00-1-25. Davis,
Martinez.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Is there anything else to come before government operations?
If not, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
Government operations is closed. Thank you.
I gotta see that. Better stop by Clifford.
Well, I'll be going to his place. I want to see those maps. 1700s, that's awesome.
Oh, do you want to explain this? You're out of. I'll bring it up. It's your first. Your first ever.
Yeah. Ready to go? Okay, Finance Committee, please come to order. We have several items. Proposed items. First is authorized contract Greene County and New York State Department of Correction and Community Supervision Office of Nutritional Services to procure food products for the jail. Martinez.
Bueller.
Mr. Bueller seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number two is authorized supplemental agreement number one necessary for the completion of the design phase for the replacement of the Timber Lake Road Bridge over the Broad Street Owl Stream, bin number 3-20124002, Town of Lexington, pin number 1761.21. Mr. Lake,
Overblock.
Overball seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Three, authorized agreement with Scale Service and Supply Company, Inc. for purchase and installation of new truck scale at Woonsocket Transfer Station. Martinez, who'd like to second? Mr. Hobart, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Four, authorization purchase of one 2022 Bobcat skid steer loader. Hobart.
Bueller.
Bueller seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number five, authorize the purchase of one 2022 Hyundai HX130 CD excavator.
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Six, authorize the purchase of one new 2022 wheel loader with general purpose bucket and pallet forks.
Bueller.
Bueller,
Lennon.
Mr. Davis, and who else?
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number seven, authorizing purchase of 10 new roll-off containers at various sites. Martinez, would like to second.
Bueller.
Mr. Bueller, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number eight, amending resolution number 258-21, authorizing lease agreement with Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Town of Jewett. Mr. Lake,
Overblock.
Ms. Overblock seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Number nine, authorized agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Delaware Opportunities. Mr. Hobart.
Lennon.
Leonard seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. 10, authorized agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Hearthstone Care LLC for companion care.
Overblock.
Ms. Overblock. Hobart second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 11, authorized agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services and Hearthstone Care LLC for social adult day program.
Overblock.
Overblock, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. 12, authorized agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Marquez Home Care. Marquis
Davis.
Home Care. Mr. Davis.
Lennon.
Lennon seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. 13 is authorizing agreement, Greene County Department of Human Services, Aging, and Senior Projects of Remain.
Overblock.
Hobart, Overball. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 14, authorizing food, awarding food and supply bids, Greene County Department of Human Services.
Lennon.
Bueller.
Lennon, Mr. Bueller seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's also carried. 15, authorizing contract, Mental Health Association of Columbia, Greene County, Inc., Youth Clubhouse and Budget Amendment.
Davis.
Mr. Davis. Second it?
Like.
Mr. Lake seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 16, authorizing contract, Twin County Recovery Services, Inc. in 2022 budget amendment. Hobart. Mr. Hobart.
Davis.
Mr. Davis seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 17, authorized agreement, Greene County Mental Health Community Services Board and the Mental Health Association of Columbia and Greene County, Inc. and budget amendment.
Davis.
Mr. Lavera,
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard.
It's okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. 18, authorized agreement, Greene County Mental Health, CSB, and Northeast Parent and Child Society and budget amendment. Mr. Lavera.
Overblock.
Davis.
Mr. Davis, Ms. Overbaugh. Both of them, all in favor? Opposed, so carried. 19, agreement, authorized agreement, mental health director, Greene County Family Plan.
Davis.
Davis. I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 20, authorized agreement, Greene County Family Plan and Russell Sage College.
Davis.
Overblown.
Davis, Ms. Overbaugh, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's also carried. 21, authorized agreement, Greene County Public Health Department and Vineski and Company.
Davis.
Mr. Davis.
Overblown.
Overbaugh, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 22, authorized conference attendance, Bagshaw Dream Destinations Travel Show at MGM Springfield, Mass.
Buellage.
Mr.
Overblown.
Buellage. Mr. Overbaugh, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 23, appointing member, Community Service Board,
Davis.
Mr. Davis. Don't be bashful, one
Lavera.
second. Lavera. Little General, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 24, reappointing member, Board of Election,
Lennon.
Hobart. Mr. Leonard, Mr. Hobart. I'd like to also second that. 25, authorizing, obtaining, and furnishing assessment roll. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. He would have got it anyway. Number 25. Authorizing. Obtaining and furnishing assessment roll related services and materials. Hobart.
Buellage.
Mr. Hobart, Mr. Buellage, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 26, authorizing chargeback collection related services and materials.
Hobart. Buellage.
Hobart, Mr. Buellage, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 27, authorizing obtaining and furnishing election related services and materials.
Hobart. Buellage.
Mr. Hobart, Mr. Buellage. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 28, authorizing facilitate 22 annual village election. Martin Hazard.
Overblown.
Mr. Hobart, who else?
Me.
Ms. Overbaugh. Please make that known. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 29, authorize the county assess administration fee regarding IMREN tax collection 2021 IMREN proceedings. Martinez,
Overblown.
Ms. Overbaugh, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 30, budget amendment, capital project 112 Hunter Transfer Station. Mr.
Buellage.
Lake, Mr. Buellage, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 31, budget amendment, capital project 113 Cooksaki Transfer Station. Hobart, Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 32, budget amendment, real property tax service, New York State Office of Information Technology.
Lennon.
Overblown.
Mr. Lennon, Mr. Davis, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. This is gonna be a real doozy. 33, correct assessment roll. Town of Carroll, Amy Dermuth, trustee, B, excellent trouble.
Yes.
Trust. Tax map, ID number 117-00-1-20.1.
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard,
Davis.
Mr. Davis, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 34, correct assessment roll, Town of Carroll, Michael and Ruth Troneski.
Not bad.
Close.
Bad.
Tax map ID number 66.00-6-48.2.
Lennon.
Mr. Leonard, I'll
Buellage.
second it, or Mr. Buellage should second it, doesn't matter. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. Correct 35, correct assessment roll, Town of Durham, Dermot Gavin, tax map ID number 20.00.-1-32.12.
Lennon.
Buellage.
Buellage,
Lennon.
Mr. Lennon seconds it. 36, denying,
Whoa.
oh, all in favor. Thank you.
Aye.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, you're almost there. We're almost there.
No. All in favor? We got it?
Trying to move it along for you. Senior housing.
Opposed? That's it. I gotta take those pills that, anyway. Number 36, I'd like, before we vote on this, I'd like to have, Mr. Ward explain why. Is he here? Yeah, still here? Take a couple days off to come in tonight also.
The short of it is, the gentleman contacted our office that he had paid his school taxes and thus should not have been re-levied onto his county town bill. We contacted the school district. The school district informed us that they received his check back marked insufficient funds. We went back to the guy. By that time, we had received his application for corrected tax roll. We contacted the gentleman again to provide us proof that he paid. He sent us the front page of his 2 copied checks that do not say insufficient funds. So we went back to the school and the school presented us a copy of the check with stamped right across it, insufficient funds. So without the gentleman, we sent the denial out to him already, without him coming back and saying that there is an accounting error at the bank and providing proof from the bank. We're denying, recommending you deny his application. I realize this is the first one. We've done this a handful of times since I've been director, but most of them happen earlier on. So they happen at the time school taxes come out or something. So this is one of the first. We couldn't even find a sample resolution, so kind of had to ad hoc put one together for you. That's the explanation.
Thank you very much. Any questions before we vote on it? Well, before I read it. Okay. Number 36, denying the correction of assessment roll, town of Ashland, Ralph.
Madeline.
Madeline, yeah. Turo. Yeah, pretty close. Tax map ID number 59.00-1-25. Who would like to introduce that?
Buelich.
Mr. Buelich, Mr. Davis, seconds that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. 37, authorization of paid claims.
Lennon.
Mr. Lennon,
Buelich.
second, or Mr. Buelich seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. Number 38, authorization of paid claims. I know if
Mr. Gardner,
Mr. Gardner's here, I'd have him, I'd like to make that.
I'll second it. for you.
Okay, you'd like to second it?
You, Lennon.
Martinez and
That's you.
the little general.
Larry.
Rivera. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that's carried. That's the end of the resolutions. We have tonight with us, our treasurer, probably going to give us some good news, hopefully.
Well, there's good news, obviously. If you read your report, we're probably where we should be at this time of the year. But the key issue here is that sales tax continues to outperform. I don't know whether it's because of inflation or that people are panicking, but I'm not going to complain. The good news is we will be having an auction this year. We have implemented the annual tax foreclosure general timeline. Starts in January. There is something going on every month. There are probably going to be at least 4 resolutions that will come before you. One is going to authorizing posting fees of $100. And then there is a redemption fee of $300. And then there is a repurchase fee for anybody who wants to repurchase of $500. So all those will require action with the court also, but we're right on target at this point in time, so I think we'll be okay. And finally, we will have an auction where we can get rid of some of these properties that we've been carrying for at least 2 years and even longer. You see slowdown in collections now. We don't think people really understand what's going to happen next, but they will get a notice of foreclosure. And at that point in time, I expect an inflow of cash that'll be surprising, along with penalties and interest. Any questions?
When will this take place?
September will be the date of the auction. Because we need to run through the The court will allow repurchases up to 10 days before the auction. But that will include all unpaid county and town taxes, 10% also to the auction fee company that would have advertised that property anyway. So they're going to get their money too. Any else?
Any questions? Thank you. Anything else come before finance?
Motion to close, Charlie. I'll second.
We're closed.